Today we have gathered in front of the Fort railway station to talk about the freedom of speech, the right that we have as each of us have as citizens to speak our mind, to speak our heart. Unfortunately, this very right is what is being taken away from us, and day by day there are incidents that happen that make us question the right that we have within the legislature, within the framework of being a citizen of this country. Just last week we saw there were two incidents that came to mind. One was an unlawful arrest of Shehan Malaka Gamage, a young activist himself who has been talking about seeking justice for those victims of the Easter Sunday attacks. As someone who's been asking for justice, it is very ironic that this government, who hasn't been able to support those families and the victims of those suffering from the trauma and the pain and the loss of those of their loved ones during the Easter Sunday attack. It is ironic that there is no justice served. However, the one person who has been very vocal about justice has been one of the many people have been taken into custody. He was subsequently released, but it is very much a part of the tactic or the game of intimidation that this government plays. And we also saw this again a couple of days ago with the journalist Chamudita Samaravikrama, the attack with I mean, it is truly a very sad state when government and its supporters choose to go into somebody's home and attack their families and to attack their home in such a manner. And these attacks aren't new. This has been always a way in which, a design in which the government, and those who have been in power, in particular the present government, it is no secret. It is a history of violence. It is a history of intimidation that they continue to use in order to silence the voice of regular citizens of this country, writers, organizations, artists, lawyers, social justice, those seeking social justice, the academics. This has always been the case. This has always been the way in which they have pushed back, that they have tried silencing the voices of dissent. And we are here today to remind not just those who are already talking about this problem, but we're also asking those of you at home, this is something that is extremely personal to each of us. Today, the voices might be about something that you can't relate to, but tomorrow it might be. So we are asking you to please be conscious of the fact that our voices are being shut down systematically. This is not something random. This is a very calculated affair. It's a very calculated way in which intimidation takes place by the state, by the government. So we're asking you to please be conscious of this, to speak up, to speak out. And we're also asking the government, we're telling the government, we're not asking the government, we're telling the government we are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are here to speak our voices, to speak our hearts, and we are not going to be intimidated by the pressures that you place on us.